One of the really cool things about Google Plus is the circles, which are really kind of subgroups on Google Plus of people that are interested in the same things you are. And when you circle somebody and then reshare their information to your network, that really causes a ripple effect. And Google has added a new feature in the last week or so called ripples, and I want to show you what they're going to do. So let's explore some ripples. I'm in a post here from Daniel Stoddart, and it's about Stanford offering more free online courses. It's been shared 109 times, and it's got 87 pluses and 9 comments. So I'm going to go look and see what the ripples are. I'm going to click on the arrow, and I'm going to click View Ripples. Now Google's going to quickly load the statistics on this, and it's going to really show me who is interested in the content that Neil's sharing. All of these individual circles are people who shared the post once. So these are just the public shares. They're not if they share them to their circles. There's really only one person, Kate Cunningham, who was reshared. And so maybe I might want to reach out to Kate as well as Daniel. This is really interesting because you can see, who is interested in this particular bit of information, which is free online courses from Stanford, and who's resharing it. You can also see what they said when they shared it. And if we go down to the bottom, you can look at some more statistics. You can see the timeline that this was shared. When it was first shared, not so many people. Now it's getting hotter. Probably this is due to being in the What's Hot column, but it's still interesting to watch. And over a longer period of time, it's even more interesting to see as these things are refound and reshared. And you get some basic statistics, who the influencers are. Daniel is, of course, the biggest influencer. Kate had one share. You can see how long the chain length is and what the longest chain is, how many times it was shared per hour, and what languages it was shared in. Now let's look at ripples for another post. This one's from Polly Hobson, and it's just a graphic, which is pretty generally interesting. People love to share things like this. Now let's go look at the ripples. So regardless of the topic, it's really interesting to see how this has been shared as opposed to the previous one, which really was shared by one, reshared by only one other person. This one's got a lot of reshares. And if you look at some of these larger circles on the outside, Boris Frikovic could be a really interesting person to connect with because he had 9 direct shares. So his personal network is sharing his stuff a lot, even his reshares. And when you look at the spread of this post, you can see when Polly first posted it, and now you can see when other people posted it and how it spikes when those influencers in her network reshared the post. So you can drill down into these. You can look to see who these people are and who reshared them, and start to get an idea of how this circle dynamics works and who's sharing with who, how often they're resharing. You got to dig through a few of these circles that are in your area of interest, in the places that you're going to want to share to really get the information that you want in order to develop a much clearer picture of your individual area of interest. And I really want to emphasize that you want to focus this on your area of interest, not necessarily what's hot if it doesn't have anything that relates to your message, because those people may not be interested in sharing what you have to say. Now, if you really want to dig into the network, just click on one of these circles and you can zoom in to see what that particular person's network is doing. And now we can see who within that network is sharing. We can review them, and we can decide if we want to add them to our own circles and learn more about them.